Hello traders, John at StockBookie.com. Today we're looking at the SPY, the IWM, the Qs, the DIA, the IYT, the USO, the UUP, and the GLD. We follow the daily, weekly, monthly time frames. We use technical analysis here at StockBookie.com. So let's get right into the daily spider, and the first thing I see is 35 million on the day, guys. I know the holiday weekend going into the Tuesday, it's going to be light. Let's keep an eye on it by Friday, but 35 million. Nobody today. Nobody. Some stocks were flying, some were diving. Little bit of here and there. Some about 50-50 red, 50 green. At least on my screen, that what we're watching. But some of the trades that we're in came in pretty nice. So, all right. So daily spider, amazing guys. But we're still here, still above the trend lines. We're right into this trend, upsloping trend line. We've gone through price, so it's not anything that big, but I'm just keeping it in there. Notice how they gapped it up. They got it to the gap fill up in here. It held, tried to pop, almost broke out, came in, couldn't close below the 50 MA twice, and this trend line down in here. I actually lifted this trend line up to here, guys. It was coming through here and maybe coming a little bit lower, but right now that's the area I like. But if you crack through this here, fill the gap, fill this gap, you can maybe go down here to 225, all right? So these are tall tasks, guys, for the markets with the light volume. But if we consolidate sideways here, will this make another attempt to get this thing higher? I wanted to see follow through after this, then possibly the 245 area. I can't rule it out though, bulls. If you're bullish, this goes sideways. This is setting up for possible more upside. Again, if this takes a turn south, watch for it to get below these certain areas, and then we'll reevaluate as time goes by. Need more evidence. Go right off the holiday weekend. Some people are still on vacation. Let's see what volume comes in tomorrow. So we're only down 21 cents, so not a big deal. The IWM. So the IWM closed right at the trend line, guys. We've talked about that. And actually, we moved it. You could draw one down here too, just like the SPY. So you can have two, but we got it up on this one. So if it cracks through here, then we'll put a new one down in here and see where this. You know what? I'm going to do it anyways. So yeah. So again, the volume on here was still light, a little bit more than Friday's action. So you got to keep an eye on that. Still light though, 25 million, but we were down 0.79% on the day and back here. So let's see if we continue down. We did close back below the 50 MA as well. So this is a big area. Next area, big support would be down in here. 134.27, and then we'll see where we go. But again, down sideways, a little bearish, came up, nice little retrace, back up into this good resistance area. Couldn't hold, came right back in. Keep an eye on the IWM, guys. The Qs. Qs, I think, made new highs today. Yep, new highs again, guys. Just keeps grinding. Volume wasn't bad. A couple stocks were moving up and down. Amazon at 1,000. Guys, it's time to celebrate. Pop the cork. Hop on the Google train, the Amazon train, all those. But that's what's kind of leading the way here. Great one-day sell. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 days straight up, guys. Every time you get a pullback, buy the dip, because it's going to just keep working just like that, guys. So beware. Going up on light volume. We are making all-time highs. I want to see this thing push, guys, into 145. I don't want to see. I guess it could dribble up on light volume. We'll have to wait and see. But I want to see some follow-through before it's like, hey, guys, look at this. Weekly chart. Let's go to that real quick on the Qs. This is where we close. I want to see a nice follow-through on the weekly. So on the Friday close, I want to see it up in here somewhere. I want to see a little more volume than this. I know we have 4 days. But if this market's going to make a direction, I want to see some push. Weekly, though, a little extended, but nothing wrong on top of all the MAs, just like Grandma's always wanted. Let's go to the DIA. The DIA, no great shakes. Weekly pattern, though, not bad bullish pattern. This one's got to get going. Again, you got to go after 211.59, gets above that, and closes on a weekly basis. Then the following week, we got to see if we get some follow-through. Let's go to the daily real quick. Again, volume sucked, light volume. Float gets it back above the MAs, like always. Comes up into here though, double top and stuff. So good pivots, great resistance, and the trend line came right back in, Almost filled the gap. Let's see if we fill the gap or do we gap down. Again, nothing wrong. Let's see what tomorrow and the rest of the week brings before we start, trying to figure out where this thing's coming off of with only really 3 days into the pattern. If we get the rest of the week sideways, going into the following week, then we might get some upward action. But again, light volume remains, will most likely stay up. That's the goal here at least. IYT. IYT only 28 cents down, nothing big, came back above, daily chart, back above the 50s, right back in this channel, right in the center now. So let's see if this thing's going to set up bullish, right on the 750 retrace, and then start making a move up, because you got a lot of resistance right up here in this area. And if it doesn't set up in a nice pattern, or maybe even come down a little bit and come back into this great area, and then it pushes up. But again, right back in the middle here of the channel. Let's see if we go up towards this high, or if we come right back down, or do we create a bullish pattern coming off this low and then start chopping sideways. Remember, this one's lagging just like the IWM. Everything else is at highs. SPY pulled back a little bit today, but still at the all-time high. So you got to keep an eye on that, guys. IYT and the IWM don't lead. It's not good for the markets. But look at the volume. 211,000 on the day. Oh my gosh, that's insane. Let's go to the USO. USO, great run from down here from this level. I still pissed that it never made it here. I mean, we had the great pullback, inside bar, bearish pattern. Let's see if we go sideways, setting up for the next wave down. If anything, they'll probably, buy the dip mentality. They'll start retracing, maybe fill the gap one more time, and then come in. Again, if we get up in this area, we will reshort the USO or buy the SCO. So that's what we're kind of looking for. On the SCO, we had some areas there. I still like it around the $32 area. Down. If we could get one good pullback, these pivots here, there's a couple. Yeah, there's a pivot there too. Might be 30 bucks. Oh, that would be sweet. But I don't know if we get it. But we do have a little head and shoulder pattern going here. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that one. We can always put a trend line here too. So that's a nice little pivot too. So we'll see how it reacts there. We have this trend line down in this area, which is up from the pivot low as well, but going back to this low. So right now, just let's see what it does. I mean, we're back below. I think we're back below. Yeah, we're back below the MAs again, but we're in this slightly bullish inside bar. Overall bearish, so you got to keep an eye on that. That's the SCO. I follow the USO on this one. So USO though, nothing wrong. Came in, kind of resting. Let's see if it goes sideways for another week or two, or does it come right back in? Big area for this one. If we come in and fill this gap right around 10 bucks, if we can get past that, this one's going to go down, and we'll get through these levels and probably go to 9. I'm still thinking lower prices, somewhere in the 750 area on the USO. Let's go with the UUP. UUP just still holding. We came off this bearish pattern, popped it up, tried to get more suckers on, dropped it in their face, going sideways here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. And let's see if this thing starts to curl into price. 20 MA curls into price. We might actually get that $24.30 to $24 area. Maybe. Man, I mean, it's got a good bad trend, and that trend's saying down. But, if we start going up and it breaks this trend, then look out, dollar's going to rally. But right now, it's a little bit weak. Gosh, they just, we'll have to see. Pattern's telling us down, but we'll have to see if we don't get a retrace back into this area, then the next sell down. So right now, nothing to do. If you're bearish the dollar, just hold on tight. If this thing breaks these areas here, it's probably going to 24 bucks eventually. It's not going to go straight down unless something happens, but it will be down there eventually, just like down into 25 when it was up here at around 26. Actually, right here around 25.60 when it was setting up in this pattern, popped up, then it was like, this could be heading down. Boom, down. So again, volume's not too crazy on this one. It's the ETF for the dollar, but again, this pattern is showing us more downside to come. The GLD, nothing wrong, guys. You know what? Had a nice pop up. We talked about the big resistance with the moving averages. Boom, they get it above it, held it, popped up. Almost could get past. This is a big area too, guys, around 120.37. They popped it above it. It came right back in. Too many sellers, too many stops. Trying to squeeze, but we'll see. Well, they could have popped it up because you could have some stop. Let's see, 120. Yeah, I guess you can have. There are probably people stopping out around 121 or so. If they can get this thing above this trend line here and attack this 123.05 area, then we'll be back in business. But as long as it remains above the MAs, we're in good shape here, guys. We've talked about this for months. You know, as soon as we enter, as soon as we got above, like as long as we stay above the MAs, it should do okay. It came down on this one where it was like, came back up, hit the top, chopped around, took off, came right back in, boom. We have a little head and shoulder on here too. So if we come right back down, I might be cutting the GLD trade. So we're going to have to see. I still think it's good, pretty good bullish. But if we get back below the MAs here, fill this gap, then we'll have to rethink this trade again. I'm in down from the 110.58 area, 60 area right in there. So I covered half or sold half right here. And I only have a half position now of the GLD. So that we'll have to stick with. Jnug, Jnug. Jnug, same thing, came right back in, a little bit down on the day, and it's just profit taking, guys. And it's still, now we're back below, so you got to keep it, we got to get back above the 20 MA and start going for the 50, guys. It's still slightly bullish, but if we start heading down and get below this pivot down here, fill this gap at 15 bucks or so, 15, 12, then we're heading right back to double bottom and possibly lower. So that's where I might get interested down in here again. But like I said in the last 10 videos, if you bought at 14, they're selling at 20. It's pretty simple, guys. Do the math. It's a good trade. I mean, you get 50%, 40%, 30%. You got to take that. See you later. Especially just in an open trade. You know, we're looking for 5 to 10% on our trades, and some we stick with for a couple months. But you know, we get that 5, 10%. Boom. We've been picking on the high flyer. So, all right, the GDXJ, same thing. Got back below the 20 and this trend line. Let's see if it holds up. We're slightly bearish here in a bullish little, little bullish pattern. I mean, overall it's bearish. Micro, it's slightly bullish, but now we have this little pattern here that's slightly bearish, and we close below the 20 MA. So let's see if we go down there. I still like, I was still pointing these areas out. 27.44, and the gap filled down in here. If we could pull back, I mean, this was just, if you got this at 30, it sold at 30, 33.50 or whatever. That's a great trade too. $3 on a $30 stock. Excuse me. Thank you very much. So, still nothing wrong though. Slightly bearish. Let's see what this thing gives us tomorrow. Into Friday, because we did come back from the holiday weekend, so it's a little bit light volume. Let's go to Goldman Sachs, guys. So Goldman Sachs today. I'm going to add a couple more in here today. I'm not going to put them in, but if you stuck around here, I'm going to do a couple of the financials. So Goldman Sachs, guys, we have this inside bar, tries to get above the 20, the 50, almost, we're real close to filling that gap, came right back in, guys. If we pull back and close below this area here, we're going down here, 192 and 176, guys. Let's look at the weekly really quick. Weekly shows an even uglier chart. That's down, sideways, bearish pattern. A couple inside bars setting up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks down. I'd love to see more consolidation with this 20 MA hitting this thing. This thing could send this thing down. I'm telling you, we're filling this gap right here around 176. That's ultimately where we're going. This is another gap right here, Phil. And then we break this bottom. We start hammering through this $200 area. We're going right down in here somewhere. But buy the dippers. Got to buy down here on this one. So that either way. We'll see. When we have to go long. If these markets come in, it could be down here at 150, guys. All right, so Goldman Sachs, and then lastly, I watched the FXY, guys. That's very important as well. So I'm looking at daily chart, more short term. Again, slightly bearish, but slightly bullish. If we stay above here, we got to get above this area here. It's a light volume trade. It's just the it's a currency, but as long as this holds here, I like this, what I'm seeing. So this moves up. This we'll see where this one goes. Okay, guys, FXY. This one's an important one. This goes up. This could take down the markets a little bit. So, all right, guys, that's it for today. If you like these videos, like what you see, go to StockBookie.com, sign up for the free membership. You'll get email alerts when we post stuff like this, or if we go live. And our trade ideas as well. So go there, sign up, guys. It's free. And we're looking to bring someone else on soon, where we can do a little more live stuff in the mornings and stuff like that. So make sure you sign up, StockBookie.com. It's free. All right, guys, thanks a lot for watching my videos. I really do appreciate it. God bless. See you on the charts.